EIN-only funding, since you always ask for it, it's available, yes, but I'm also going to get you into understanding what setups you need to have and why banks will fund you and how to be approved or qualify for these EIN only. As you come in, type the word chat, book your free funding call, and always ask any questions along the way. So let's just get right into it, because I'm only going to be on here about 10 to 15 minutes unless you have questions. I stay as long as you are like asking questions, because I'm always happy to help, right? So everyone is always asking me for EIN only funding. So a bank will give you funding for 3 reasons only: your credit report, collateral, or cash flow. All right. So I'm going to go over some of 5 credit cards. It's a lot of them out there that's EIN only, but the 5 common ones that I think the average person would qualify for, and some of their requirements and what business credit reports they report to. Okay. But if you don't want to use your personal credit because it's not in the best position, you're going to either need to use collateral, which is something with a serial number attached to it, real estate of some sort, or cash flow. Okay? So if you don't have cash flow or collateral, we need to fix your credit. But today I'm going to talk about 5 cards that you could get for EIN only, because if your business is bringing in $50,000 to $100,000 plus, you typically, but there's 2 on here that's beginner friendly. So I try to make it for everyone. Okay. So let's get started. So Brex card. So people will throw out these credit cards, and I see it all the time on Instagram. Oh, EIN only, but they don't explain to you what the requirements are to be approved. And that sucks, because you're looking at it and you're all gung-ho and you're thinking like, oh, my credit isn't that great. Let me go ahead and go get this card until you go through the application process, just to find out you do not qualify. So your girl got you, okay? So the Brex card, yes, it's a no credit check, no PG, requires a business bank account with consistent cash flow. So again, cash flow will be the reason you will be approved for this Brex card. It's great for startups, but startups with strong revenue streams of some sort. You need to be bringing in 25, 30, 50K, like, in order to be approved. Offers rewards points and integrates with accounting tools. So most of these EIN only, they also offer software along with it for your business. So we have Ramp card, which is a corporate charge card. And if you don't know what a corporate charge card is, that means the balance is due at the end of the month, every month, okay? And with no PG or no personal credit pool, of course, no PG, and it requires strong business financials. So you need to be bringing in at least $75,000 a year before you can even think about applying for this card. All right. So it helps automate expense tracking and offers cash back rewards. We have Divvy Bill. So I like this for the cash back rewards. And I myself and a lot of my mentees, we have Divvy Bill. So the old name was Divvy Business Credit Card. The new name is Bill Business Credit Card. So just search Divvy Bill. No PG, of course. It has rewards points, expense management, and business budgeting tools. So this stuff is quite helpful. So it reports to all major business credit bureaus as well. And it does require a connection to your business banking account. Tilful Business Credit Card. So it is beginner friendly. This is another one that's beginner friendly. It's a soft pull to your credit report, and it reports to Duns & Bradstreet and Business Experian. So it's meant for newer businesses to start building business credit. So this is a good one as well. And it also requires a link to your business banking account. Capital on Tap is one of my favorites. All right. But they will connect themselves to your business banking account to determine your approval amount, and it will approve you up to $50,000. They've become a lot more lenient, but like back in 2020, 22, people were walking away with $20,000, $30,000 from Capital on Tap. Now we're seeing like maybe $5,000 to $20,000, but still a great card because you can set it up where only 10% of your balance owed is paid every month. It also, it may not require a PG. So it depends on what industry you're in and your business setup. So you can be not PG for this card, but if you're like in a weak industry, they will require you. Cash rewards, and this one reports to Business Experian and Business Equifax. Is this information you can use? Go ahead and type a fire in the chat. Because if all else or if anything else, you want to know how to get EIN only, but we want EIN only from real funding sources. We can go and get vendor credits and get net 30 accounts, but is that going to get us to where we're trying to go? If we want real funding from a real bank and it's EIN only, cash and collateral would be considered. But in this case, cash is considered. As you see, we need 50, 75,000 plus to be approved for these. And if you yourself are not in this position, this is where we need to clean and optimize our personal credit profile. Do we have any questions? So if we have any questions, feel free, because I love live coaching. I don't gatekeep when you ask me those questions, and it becomes a more informational call or live, because you will then be able to attach a real scenario to some of the funding solutions I would offer you. So I don't want anyone on this platform or anyone that's coming up under the sound of my voice to think that you are not business fundable. All right. The only challenge is when people have derogatories on their personal credit profile and we can't find a credible credit repair person. I am not allowing anyone up. So if you have any questions, just type it here in the chat. How do we set up to apply for these EIN only? We need to build out a business credit report, especially for Capital on Tap and a few others that's on here. We need to look credible as a business. I speak and I preach credibility all the time. What is credibility? Truthful and believable, right? We look legit. We have a website. You will get denied if you don't have a website. Okay, it doesn't matter that your banking account is bringing in cash. They want to make sure that the person that the company that they're funding is actually in business and have lower risk. Because if you're not in business, you just set up and I mean, you know, that's not what this is about. So every time I type, you answer the question. I'm trying to help you guys out. Builds up credibility business accounts. No, so credibility means truthful and believable. How do you build your company, your LLC or your S Corp? And I only say those two. There's other entity structure types, but I only say those two because most of the people who follow me are small businesses, and those are the most too common, right? If you're getting into C Corp and the other stuff, then that's something else. But any entity, actually, to make it credible, we need to make sure we have a professional name, email, website, phone number, and a web presence. And all of our business information is congruent. Congruent means all business records match. All right? When we go out and we apply to these accounts, they use AI software to go out and check the Secretary of State, to check the web, to check, right? And you could be automatically denied if you're showing up on one platform with different information, and they will come back with a denial saying your business we weren't able to verify your business. Can you say the second business credit card again? I'll say them all. So we have Brex business credit card. We have Ramp. We have Tilful. We have Capital on Tap and Divvy Bill business credit card. All right. Again, it requires strong income coming into your business. Now, I want you to be about the business of making yourself credible, understanding that when you name your business, you're not placing yourself in a high risky industry. Okay, how do we check this? Google high risky SIC codes. See if your industry is on there. Are you in truck driving? Are you in logistics of any sort? Consulting, in some categories of consulting is now considered risky. Okay, that was everyone's go-to. All right, and banks know that people like me exist. I even had a banker call me when I was applying for funding, and he's like, "What's up, Mrs. Cashflows?" I was like, "What's up? Run that app." Told you I was a business consultant. I'm straight up a consultant. Okay, so the what? All right, I don't do credit repair, so you can't count me out there. My financials are good. If I run through your check system, approved. It's just as simple as that. But another thing, while it's coming to me, you need to be of the understanding that anything that you put on that business application, that funding application, will be checked. They are going to Google your name. That's how they found Mrs. Cashflows. Your business address, your business phone number, your everything. So another thing you need to be of, and I'm talking about credibility now. You need to be of the understanding that if you're doing any sort of business in your business name, right? That is not like, for instance, if you say you're a consultant or you're in marketing or you're in IT tech, something that's industry funding friendly, but then your business name is attached to a Truro platform or some other platform, and it's in a risky industry or a trucking platform, denied. Or if you go and apply and you say your industry is one thing, and it can say it as Secretary of State, all of that other business, Duns and Bradstreet, but then they go out and they see it different. Or a lot of people don't even update their Duns and Bradstreet. They'll just update the Secretary of State. If you make any changes to your business, that's what I said in the beginning. We want to make sure that all business records are congruent. Everything matches. All business records match. If you make one change anywhere to your business, you update all business records. This is how we're getting denied. And they don't tell you this. And I know this for a fact. All right? I've helped thousands of people through this process. So I know for a fact. And then another thing, when they go, first and foremost, this is not financial advice. This is just for informational purposes only, okay? So I'm not giving you financial advice, okay? But what they will do is, so what I know to be true for me and my mentees, when they give you a denial letter, they will conceal the real true reason they denied you in 3 to 4 reasons. So now you're all confused. But now I'm so used to denial reasons. I'll be like, yeah, let's just go back and change this. And then we're going to go back and ask for the funding. It's just as simple as that. Okay? Google high risky SIC codes. Okay? If you want to check if your industry is in a risky industry, Google risky business SIC codes. Can you say the second business credit card? I gave them all to you again. All right. So when we name our company, we do not want our personal name in there. We do not want the industry name in there. And then when we categorize our business, we do not want to categorize it in a risky industry. So it will behoove you to check risky business SIC codes just to check to see if your industry is on that list. This is some of the primary reasons we are getting denied. All right. And I'm here to help you cross over to the funding side. So if you have any questions, just book your free funding readiness call. Type the word chat, check your DMs, book your call, and I'm happy to see you on the funding side. Thank you for your time. I love you. We all are amazing. Be great.